was struck with the curse of the witches. Blackened and evil was struck with the curse of the witches. Blackened and evil was struck with the curse of the witches. Blackened and evil was struck with the curse of the witches. Blackened and evil was struck with the curse of the witches. Blackened and evil.
Bill, can you get here? Bill? Yeah, thank you. Okay, bring her out. Guys, bring her out. I can't see her, Doc. Get your hand down. Back.
Gordy.
Hey, get the camera.
No line up? Gordy? Okay. Tom, I'm going to turn the light on. Ready?
On it, guys. We can see. Let them out. Let them out. Hey, how are you?
He said he's going to talk to kids and bring him back up.
More straight out, folks. Sorry about that, Big B.
Jesus. Hold it, we want to get the two.
We're out.
Hang on a minute.
Sorry to get in front of you. Everybody's crowded on the other end.
I know it.
Right down the line.
Part of the game. Can you pick up these? Excuse me, John.
Keep over here, Bill.
Do you have the radio? Do you have the radio?
Let's go get separated here.
Okay, I've got to get my light here.
Hang on a minute.
Oh, I see. Can you change it right here?
Can you get out of our way?
Hey, Jeff, tell me about this letter Mr. Manson has written to Mr. Younger.
Between wires and squeeze out of here.
Where are we going?
Away from here as soon as we can in a minute. I want to hear. Oh, they're not interviewing the kids. Okay, then let's leave.
Any comments from Hezakya about the letter that Mr. Manson? Tell me about the letter that Mr. Manson has written to Mr. Younger.
Well, read it.
Are you familiar with it? What
Read
does
it,
it say?
everybody. Take a look at it.
Why did he write it?
Why did you come to court today? Yes, why did you?
Tell us.
Because
Who told you to come to court today? Charles Manson or just anyone?
Oh, yeah. Well, I won't say it.
What about the letter, Squeaky? Why is he writing it?
are you confused by all of this? Don't be. We're just trying to get information.
Don't be confused. Let's get out of here.
I wish you all could see it, and I wish you'd print that.
Well, what does the letter say, and why did he write it?
I will read it.
But why did he write it?
I can't, I can't answer all your why.
Loveliest green eyes.
When you saw Mr. Manson this morning, how did he look to you?
Help!
Did he look good, healthy?
Got it.
Sure, he looks beautiful.
What was your reaction?
He looks however you think he looks.
How did you get here today? Did you come by car? Did you walk?
Would you like to read his letter?
for us? So
I
we know
think
what
you
is
could
in
read
it?
it. I think you could
Well,
read
we don't
it.
have a copy of it. Could you read it for everyone so we can hear what Charlie has to say? What did you
I have
just
a
read
copy
it
of
for
it
us?
right here.
We don't have a copy.
What is your reaction now?
Read it for us, would you, dear?
Would you read it?
know what they're talking about.
We don't know what you're talking about unless you read it
We
to
don't
us.
know what you're
You
talking
don't know
about.
what you're talking about either, man.
Now that you've got this piece of the letter, would you like to read it?
You could read it. Why don't you read it?
Would you like to read it for us?
Let's see it.
Yeah, read that for us. It will. A little louder.
Yeah, read it. It'd be louder so that they can pick it up, you know, we can write it down and
Both sides.
Okay, Squeaky.
I'm writing to you because I don't think I'm getting a fair trial. I have this belief for no. I have to talk to a lawyer before I do this.
No, this is already in the court evidence. Go ahead.
I have this belief for a number of reasons.
Let's get everybody together.
Yeah.
Then we can do it again. But let's get everyone together.
Can I have it?
Ira, can she read this letter from Charlie that's already been introduced?
Mr. Hughes has the copy.
Let me get them all together, talk to them, and then you can
Come on up.
You want it?
Got it wrong?
Very good. Let's don't get separated.
You want to follow on down? I think they're going to hold a press conference.
It's legal. Dear Mr. Younger, I am writing to you because I don't think I'm getting a fair trial. I have this belief for a number of reasons, some of which I will state to you. First of all, I'm an individual, one man, standing alone, defending myself. Contrast this with the facilities you have available to you. Hundreds of attorneys working for you, hundreds of investigators working for you, thousands of Los Angeles Police Department officers, many of whom are working on this case, access to FBI files and help from the FBI, access to sheriff's files and help from the sheriff and his men, help from the Attorney General's office, a large multi-million-dollar budget, offices, equipment, telephones, machines beyond description, instant access to the news media. For an attorney, I have myself. For an investigator, I have myself. I have no police officers working for me. I have no access to any files. I have no equipment. My office is a small cell. I may make 3 telephone calls a day. How many may you? I may not see any witness more than 3 times. Have you seen any witnesses more than the jail? I experience long delays waiting for an escort, and every time I am moved, I am searched. Every inch of my body, my nostrils, ears, and mouth, completely naked for at least 15 minutes. That's so, too. To place a phone call, I must stand in line up to an hour and a half. How long must you stand in line? I am promised one thing by the judge in court in front of the press, and it is later taken away when I am back in my cell. My witnesses and friends are being arrested, followed, and harassed without cause. There have been informants in the cell block I am in. I have no informants in your office. And now, to top it off, on the eve of the trial, I am being kept in solitary confinement without access to even to the Stone Age facilities that are available for refusing to eat. These are but some of the unconstitutional difficulties that I and all who act as their own attorney are put through. These restrictions mean that the courts and the sheriff.
This is not a special grind. It is one which is made up by the hundreds and placed in bins in these various optometric houses. However, the glasses are of the type which an individual would not be able to get along without. We hoped, as the chief indicated, that the person would attempt to replace these glasses in the local area. However, we can't overlook the fact that somebody with eyesight of this nature it would be entirely feasible for him to have 2, 3, or even 4 pair of glasses.
Say the prescription is fairly common, but It's fairly common for people to have an ear half an inch higher than another ear.
I didn't realize this until we started talking to some of the people in the eye industry, and it's extremely common.
Early in the investigation of the Tate murder, we ran onto some physical evidence which consisted of a pair of glasses. At the time, these were eliminated as belonging to anyone in the household. We originally thought that they were a grind to fit a specific person, and we thought that if we could find the person that ground those lenses, it would be possible to identify an individual. This information was given to all of the people in the eyeglass business, the people who prescribe and grind and prepare and fit eyeglasses, and we later learned that they're a fairly common grind of reading glasses, and these bulletins were sent out, however, and apparently someone in the eyeglass industry, in a casual discussion with a member of the media, indicated that that we were seeking this information, and a news release was put out, I believe, yesterday on the subject. And so, in all fairness, we thought that we should discuss it with you. Now, this is a situation. We have no reply from the industry, and it's rather doubtful that we will, due to the circumstances, that this is not an individual grind of lens, but one which is common to many people.
Lieutenant Helder, could you give us any idea of the description of the person who might have worn these glasses, as to facial contour or anything, or age?
We couldn't come up with anything definite relative to age. However, we, in discussions with members of the optometric field, they did indicate to us that the individual was probably between the age of 20 and 40 years. Now, that's
How about
quite
ears or nose or anything that would fit these glasses?
I believe that most of you have the bulletin, which we passed out to the various optometric societies, and an examination of the glasses was made by several specialists here in the city, and it was their opinion that one ear is slightly lower than the other one, and this would be about the only physical characteristic.
Lieutenant, were the glasses damaged or broken in any way?
No.
Lieutenant Heller, is this the new evidence that you and Chief Holton were discussing on Friday?
I believe that the new evidence statement is a misnomer. We did not indicate that this was new evidence. It was merely stated that we did have some physical evidence, and this was the piece of evidence in which we were discussing, but it was not, did not come out as a new piece of evidence.
Well, can you be sure these eyeglasses were worn by the assailant? Do you have other evidence?
No, we have nothing here that definitely say that the glasses were worn by one of the assailants. The only thing we can say is we have eliminated all of the people that lived at the house as having glasses of this prescription.
So there were fingerprints on these glasses?
They were smudges. We did not get any clear prints from them.
Can you tell us anything at all about where the glasses were found in relation to any of the victims in the house?
No, I'm not going to discuss that bit of evidence as to where it was exactly found. I think that this is something that should remain within the confines of the investigation.
You said there were some smudges on those glasses. Were there blood stains on those glasses?
No.
Lieutenant, the bulletin says that it mentions the assailant. Does this mean that you believe there was one person responsible for the murder?
We've been through this several times. I believe Chief Houghton indicated, as I did or have in previous interviews, that we do not have anything of a definite nature to state that there was more than one assailant. However, from the physical facts, as we found them there, it is our opinion that there was more than one individual involved.
Lieutenant, can you tell us whether or not these glasses were worn by a male or a female, and whether or not they might have been manufactured in Europe rather than here?
No, I can tell you that the glasses, it's a local frame. In other words, a very popular frame made here in the United States. The glasses are the type, they are small. I'll be willing to show you the glasses in a moment. That could be worn either by a male or a female, but with the experts that we discuss this with, it's their opinion that it's probably a male.
Now, what would the condition of the eyes be of the wearer?
As the chief indicated,
Were they found inside or outside the house?
they were found within the premises.
Were they found near parents' body?
They were found within the premises.
What means PG-67? Does it mean nearsighted?
I am not an ophthalmologist or an optometrist. I frankly don't know.
You said that the frames were locally manufactured?
I didn't mean to say that they were manufactured right here. They are a Manhattan frame, and it is an American-made frame, and a very popular one.
Commonly sold in the...
Yes.
Lieutenant, Abigail Folger had rather bad eyes. There's no possibility that these could be hers?
We have eliminated Miss Folger as well as all of the other parties there. We have been in contact with her optometrist.
Lieutenant,
by premises, you mean in the house or outside the house?
Within the house.
Within the house?
Yes.
Lieutenant Helder, are you perhaps disappointed, or is there any significance to the fact you said there were no responses from the Optometrist Association? Do you think there's been enough time to get responses?
Yes. However, as the chief indicated, we had hoped that we would receive some immediate responses from these people, but in talking to the people in the optometric field, we find that for them to go back through their records would be an astronomical number of files which would have to be gone through, and we couldn't expect them to do this. We had hoped that someone would come in and purchase or order glasses of this prescription, and I'm sure anyone that has in the immediately following the homicide out there, that we would have been notified. However, to ask them to go back and research each one of their individual files to tell us the names and addresses of persons that had ordered this prescription in the past would, it's just completely unreasonable.
As far as you know, no one has come in since the bulletin, like in Los Angeles, to purchase this type of glass?
Not to my knowledge. We haven't had any response.
Lieutenant,
also, could you tell us at this time whether or not, from the position in which the glasses were found on the premises, it looked as though they fell off during the struggle, or were they simply placed where they were? Lieutenant?
It's my own personal opinion that they probably fell off during the struggle.
Thank you, Steve. Lieutenant?
Was there blood on the glasses?
No.
Lieutenant, how long have the optometrists had this notice?
I'm not positive the exact date which it was sent out. It's I would say probably 6 weeks.
now, Lieutenant,
Our investigation suffered a severe setback in the past few days because officers were not able to carry out a scheduled interview with an individual.
No.
Were you interested in these glasses?
As we said, we went through the Ophthalmologists Society of Southern California and the American Optometric Association, the California Optometric Association, and the Los Angeles County Optometric Association. These people were all kind enough to assist us when we furnished the bulletins for them. They put them on their regular mailing list to answer, but like we say, if we were able to trace these glasses back to the individual that owned them, we'd have an awful lot of questions to ask him. I feel it's very important. The glasses are a very intricate part of the investigation.
What have the glasses told you about the person that wore them?
Well, basically, the only thing that it's told us is what we have learned from the various optometrists and ophthalmologists that we talked to relative to an age group from 20 to 40. And that he does not have an extremely big head. He has a normal or less than normal size head, and that's just about the extent of it.
You said he, but yet earlier you said you didn't know whether a man or a woman.
Well,